Hello and welcome to Doki Doki Literature. I'm gonna need to turn this down for myself because it's kind of really loud. And I need to hear myself speaking because it's a little late. Yeah, okay. Let's start. I haven't heard much about this game. I've seen like a few people play it. Like all the popular YouTubers have played it. I mean, I would have played this no matter what because it's a cute dating sim that's free, so, you know, there's that. So, anyway. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to the attention she might draw to herself. The girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but oh yeah, I'm also kind of sick, so that's why my voice sounds a little weird or off. But starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just saw an idol in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I used to have a friend named Sayori. She was really sweet.
I overslept again. But I caught up to you. I caught up to you this time.
Maybe only because I decided to stop and wait for you.
You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Saku.
Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think that we're a couple or something.
Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have to have it in you to be mean even if you want to.
Is that the appropriate voice for her? I mean, whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute.
Right away, Saku. Have you decided on what club to join yet?
A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either.
That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year.
Did I? I'm sure it was possible that I did in one of my many conversations in R, where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content by just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime.
I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you.
Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though.
Will you at least promise me you'll try a little?
Yeah, I guess I can promise you that.
Yay!
Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry about me so much makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. The school day is ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club.
Hello?
Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the class.
I thought I'd catch you coming out of class, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club.
Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know...
Know what?
Well, that you could come to my club.
Sayori,
Yeah?
there's no way I'm going to your club.
Mimi!
Sayori's vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club.
Come on, please.
Why do you care so much anyway?
Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything.
Don't make promises you can't keep. Hey look, those kind of look like hearts right there. Sorry. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Yes, let's go. Yeah.
I'm dying. Can't you see? Can't you hear it? Like, I keep on like, this is probably the worst time to fucking record something. It's kind of late and I'm sick. But you know, fuck it. Who cares? No one's gonna watch it, so I do what I want, bitch. And thus I'm sorry. And thus today marks the day I sold myself for a cupcake. Honestly, me too. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, sweeps open the classroom door.
Everyone! The new member is here.
I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room.
Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure to meet you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Saku, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club.
All words escape me in this situation. Why? This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Ooh, yeah, boy.
What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. I'm the bitch Tsunare.
You're the worst fucking character. I hate Tsunare so much. Sorry.
Natsuki.
The girl with a sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's possibly first year. She's a total bee. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori.
You can't just ignore him when she... You can just ignore him when she gets moody.
Sayori says that quietly into my ear and then turns back towards the other girls.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy.
I'm gonna forget their voices like that. Like, their voices are gonna blend together.
And this is Yuri, the smartest girl in the club. Don't say things like that.
Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid. My waifu, I already decided right then and there. Like, look at her, she's so cute. Seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Same, honestly. Like, girl, we connect on a spiritual level. Well, it's nice to meet both of you.
And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Saku.
Monica smiles sweetly. What are you doing? Why are you doing that pose? That's weird. Don't Don't do that. That's weird. We do know each other well. We rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Not me. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me generally feels a little... my dick. It's getting hard. Oh boy. You too, Monica.
Come, sit down, Saku.
Don't tie out our table, please.
We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them, so I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened, so there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk all over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Some Krabby cupcakes I made. Ooh ah! Ooh ah!
That's exactly what it says. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. I don't know. What am I doing with my life? What am I even fucking doing? Hello, help me. The whiskers are drawn with icing and the little pieces of chocolate you were used. I don't know why. It's not even that late. It's not like I'm like sleep deprived or anything. I'm just finding everything really stupid and funny. Anyway, and pieces of chocolate were used to make ears.
So cute!
I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki.
Well, you know. Just hurry up and take one.
Sayori grabs one first, and then Monica, I follow.
It's delicious!
Sayori talks with her. Oh, sorry. Hold on. I don't have anything to put in my mouth. Damn it, never mind. Sayori talks with her mouth and has already managed to get icing on her face. I take the cupcakes around in my... or I turn the cupcake around in my finger, looking at the best angle to bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaky glances in my direction. Oh, sorry, there should be quotations right here. Sneaky, if I've noticed them. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
Why are you thanking me? It's not like I
Haven't I heard this somewhere before?
made them for you or anything.
I thought you technically did, Sayori said.
Well, maybe, but not for you, you know, the dummy.
Alright. Fucking whatever, slut. I mean, bitch. I mean, whatever. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returned to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cup tray. You keep this whole tea set in this classroom?
Don't worry. The teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
Well, hey, I guess.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not...
Insulted Yuri licks away.
I meant that, you know...
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea.
I'm glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me.
So, what made you consider the literature club?
I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that it was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so you know.
That's okay, don't be embarrassed. Well, make sure you feel right at home, okay?
We'll make sure.
As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be board member of any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year?
Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica is a really great leader.
Yuri nods in agreement. And I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way.
Or we just murder people. I don't know. I know this game is supposed to be like creepy in some way. I just don't know how.
Not many people are very impressed or interested in putting out all of the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it!
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls all interested in the same goal. Weird, it's like literature applies to almost everyone, no matter what personality or interest you have. Crazy, am I right? Am I right, girls?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still didn't really know if I can keep up with the level of enthusiasm a bit.
Literature. So, Saku, what kind of things do you like to read?
Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I really don't have a good way of answering that. I like reading fan fictions on the internet, and also manga. Legit all I've read the past few years. Oh, I also read House Moving Castle last year, so there's that. Manga? I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki said suddenly perks up like, what? It looks like she wanted to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change. I'll do anything for you. I'll read 1,000 books. No matter what genre, I will do it for you. Okay? Love me? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Please tell me all about you. I will sit here and listen so hard.
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build up deep and complex fantasy worlds.
Yo, girl. Yeah.
The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story is in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people.
Before you know it,
what?
But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
Ah, I read a horror book once upon a time. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. Yo, I don't know if it's my screen, but it looks like she has like a little mustache right here. She has... What the fuck? Is that my screen? Nope, I think that's on the drawing. I guess like... I don't know, I guess they didn't like shape this part correctly. And like, I can spot the like the soul change in her. Like, it looks like her blushing right here. What the fuck? Why does she have like a mustache? Anyway. For someone as gentle as you.
I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down.
I understand.
Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well,
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. I guess I did something to make her hate horror, but I don't know why she looked over at me.
That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
See, she doesn't have any anymore. I understand. I do that sometimes with my art too.
What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were writing on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Give me that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Sayori's Slittles what? Up behind Natsuki and puts her arms. I guess it's supposed to be slides. Maybe Slittles. Anyway, puts her hands on her shoulders.
I'm not cute.
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No.
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Not a very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing them even the deepest reaches of your own heart.
It's true.
Do you have
What? Well,
do you have experience writing, or do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
I guess it's the same for Yuri.
I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment.
Okay, I have an idea for everyone.
Question mark? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That's such a genuine, delivery of that line. Good job, me. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of our club. Isn't that right, Saku?
Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. There's still one problem.
What's that?
Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. She has the mustache again. It's only when she does Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. Aw, here. She's a weird thing too. She's fine. What kind of... What? All four of the girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
What? I'm sorry, I thought... Saku...
You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing a poem is the piece I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls? Alright, okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Yes! I'm so happy!
Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey!
You really did scare me there for a second. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then, that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club.
Thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment.
Thank you, teacher.
Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share.
Monica looks over at me once more.
Saku, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Yeah, it's a weird laugh. I don't know why you did that. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey Saku, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right, Sayori and I walk home together. Don't walk home together anymore because she always stays at school for the club. Sure, I might as well.
Yay!
You say yay too much. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day in the school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll give a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. Good luck, chump. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. We gotta impress this baby. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen to whoever likes your poem the most. Okay, let's see. Fickle. Inferno. Disaster. Grief. What? Captive. Broken. What? Okay, I guess she likes all the sadness. I mean, same. Angst is like one of my favorite. Climax. Sexy. Passion and climax. Oh boy. Infallible? Wrath. Analysis, yeah. Despise. Suicide. Yeah, she likes it. She likes it. Oh, suicide, depression. Oh, damn it, she likes the sad stuff, sorry. It's just me choosing depression. existence. Uncanny? Does she like, yeah. Incongruent? Okay. Unrestrained. Misfortune. Oh, goddamn it. She likes sadness. I don't know why I keep on doing that. Oh, that may be her. Defeat. Yes. Yes. Yes, boy. Yes.
Hi, Gensaku. Glad to see you didn't run away from us.
Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone is already hanging out. Hold on. Okay. Just wanted to make sure it's still recording. I used one of the worst recording software, so whatever.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Saku. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me he didn't even want to join the any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between Monica and manga.
Manga is literature!
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Saku always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking.
Because you're irresponsible and you would die without my help.
Like cooking and cleaning my room. How dependable.
Sayori, that's because your room is messy. It's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Saku can become good friends too.
Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she put me into. I would just say, yeah, girl, we can be friends. I hope we can become good friends. I'd like to know more about you, okay?
Oh, Yori even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori.
Yada? Me? I don't know what yada means.
Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yori. I wasn't really thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah, I won't make a big deal out of it if you don't want me to.
Alright. Well, here.
She reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I don't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book for you that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted.
Yeah, girl. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to keep some scheduled activity with the club, but nothing happened, so... But that doesn't seem to... So Yuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she's was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'll just sit here. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. At the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent me. More than that, she seems to be there on the first few pages. Crap. Hey. 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 This is different from the video I watched. I think I did good in making her like me. The poem choice. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. Definitely not admiring you. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just reading a bit of this, rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book you gave me, right?
Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason.
Just curious how come you have two copies of the same book?
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them.
Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's very engaging and a relatable story.
Is that so? What is it about, anyway?
Well,
She closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. And as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. What?
And you say it's relatable? While her life is in danger, she needs to really choose who to trust. Relatable, am I right? It's just like high school. No, I've never been to high school, so I'm gonna assume that it's exactly as she's saying.
No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart.
It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Saku?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories. Don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to think or to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be naive. The naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. but I feel like I should let you know I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading, right?
You don't have to.
What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book I had put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
I'll open the book and start reading the prologue. I soon understand that Yuri means about reading in company, as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not particularly a bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry! I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize, don't you? Or a lot, don't you?
I do? I don't really mean to.
I feel like I slipped into the Sayori's voice instead of Yuri's voice. I don't... Like I said... Yara... I was going to do that anyway, so...
I mean...
Here. This should work, right? I slide my desk until it's against Sayori's, and then I hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly... Have I been saying Sayori or Yuri this whole time? I don't even remember. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead of using my right hand to hold the book, I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Oh, fuck yeah. This is cute. This is fucking adorable. Fuck yeah, this is adorable. Fuck yeah. Yuri takes her arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Who knows? I do the same with the right hand of the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides her thumb under after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracted me, as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready? To turn the page.
Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay.
Oh, she's so cute. She's so adorable. What does it sound?
You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it at my own Volation? I don't know. Volation? It's better to laugh at your own stupidity. You guys can laugh with me if you want. We continue the first chapter in silence. I'm dying, excuse me. Even so, turning page almost feels like an intimate exchange. I'm dying, I need to breathe. I can't breathe, sorry. I got more sick the more I did this. I was playing, like, Overwatch and this other game called Murder Miners, and I could breathe more when I was actually playing this or those games. Now, I guess it's because I'm talking a lot more than I was in the other games. I'm dying, excuse me. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses a lot of the things she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can't see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
Yuri remained silent for a moment.
But Saku, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that.
Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess, meant that it's kind of cute.
What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone.
Excuse me? Slut? Get out of here? We're having a moment? Nobody said you could interfere, so I just need you to go out of here. You can't see it, but I'm motioning with my hands. It's like, whatever. Monica? Shoot. Shoot. Get out. Monica, go away. Give me Monica.
I think it's about time we share our poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long.
Yuri excels, spared from finishing our thought. But Yuri, I wanted to hear your deepest thoughts, please. Yuri, please.
Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not bad. It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on the top of my thumb, and I scream in pain because, boy, books hurt. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer if I only read it with you?
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's a good that's great.
Yeah.
In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time.
Alright. I stand up, make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and then slip it back into my bag.
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
Slut? Yeah, I did. My relaxation ends. I cannot believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I never really done this before.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? I can't wait!
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their own poem. Sayori's is wrinkled on the sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. Oh, I love notebooks. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Mine looks like crap, but you know, whatever. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as, reaching into their own bags, I do the same myself. Yuri, duh. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. Hey, Yuri, sorry. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional, exceptional. I don't know why. Expeditional. Huh?
Exceptional.
What was that?
Did I say that out loud? Shit.
Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face.
Oh. He's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. That's...
I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at the poem again. Nani?
Well, I know that. I just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them.
Hey, I know that. Because I've read a lot of, fan fiction of, all, different experienced writers, and, I can kind of tell which ones are new and the other ones that are, more experienced. So, yeah, I can understand.
I think the most notable thing I recognize is new...
Yuri, God.
I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their own style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club will give you valuable feedback. Not so you can be a little bit biased, though.
Biased how?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, or me, or to Nozaki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do! I'd love to share my own thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily, as if a rare opportunity for which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Okay. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the ember glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing, air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Huh. I like that. I'm sorry, I have such... Excuse me? What was that? Terrible handwriting? Surely you saw my own, right? Girl.
I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
What? Nani? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is really pretty.
That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive.
It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems.
No, not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghost sharing?
Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Saku.
Really? Nah, bitch, duh. Yeah, you did, idiot. I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember, the poets often express their own thought, feelings, and experience in their work. They usually do more than just tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn.
Oh, that's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
Eh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so...
Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, Saku.
Nani? Oh. Really? Me too. For myself, not you though. For me. Okay, no, I'm done. I don't care about their opinion. Monica, look at my poem. Hi, Saku.
Having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things that we can do better, I'm always listening, though I'll fucking punch you in the face if you ever suggest anything. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright,
I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be too afraid to break things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Yeah.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess so. Monica, your laughs are always so genuine and beautiful.
Don't worry, Saku. We're all a little embarrassed too, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
I don't know why, but I'm making her sound like kind of creepy. Like she's always like has like a hidden meaning behind what she's saying. Like I don't know. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
Great job, Saku. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you.
It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. Same. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort.
That's very unfair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right?
That's right. That's why I showed it to her first.
Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It can take years of practice, but I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that.
Oh, that was him saying that.
You do your own thing. Just exploring and learning by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different
things a lot. It could take a while before I'm comfortable doing this.
That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased toward their own styles though. But I'll always help you find what suits you the most.
So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or whatever, impressing them, yeah. Anyway, do you want me to read your poem? No, yeah, fucking, I thought you, oh, I thought, don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? You see, I'm just bored by you, Monica. Can we get back to your please? Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the sparkle protrudes? Spackle? A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, in a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole, infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. That's gay, Monica. So, what did you think? It's very free form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. That kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poets have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. Did I make it powerful? I really did. Did you notice my lack of enthusiasm? Because I'm getting tired. I've been doing this for an hour, I think. An hour and 30 minutes. I've lost track of time. Okay, I'm gonna finish hers and then I'm gonna end the episode because I'm tired now. What's the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I have some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. And epiphany. It's epiphany, not infinity. You idiot. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe everyone is better friends with each other. Or maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Anyway, another way to think about this is if you keep your pen on the same page for too long, you'll just get a dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. That is the end of this episode. I had a good time reading and everything. I hope you had a good time. And I know I'm not the greatest reader, especially when it comes to talking out loud, reading out loud, I mean. Talking in general, I'm not that great at. And I'm sick, so there's that. So, let's just save that. I think it's Wednesday. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Bye-bye.